can recognise the livery.
Whatever happened?
Let's just hope he doesn't think this is stuck check.
Oh god, yeah.
Is it false start check? Yeah.
Oh, no.
Let's go. Mental. I just blocked Dawson a treat.
Sorry, I broke a bit early.
Who's rubbing me?
No, sorry, it was very early breaking there.
Who's still rubbing me?
Yeah, I was worried
that.
about. Yeah, I was worried about twang Jenick because he pulled in front.
It's alright, I'm the collateral.
I got a sandwich there.
Whoa, that's...
Sorry,
okay.
foods, mate.
Yeah, I got stopped by M3 guy basically.
Hello and welcome to the ERT Esports YouTube channel, bringing you sim related content, hopefully for you to enjoy. So today I was on my main PSN account, Wizard Egan, mainly because this is a tuning league, and I've got all my tunes on that account and I haven't transferred them over yet. But yeah, as you can see, I had a magical start into the gravel trap at turn 1. As you can imagine, I was miffed because I thought I had a good chance, but I didn't have the best of qualifying, so you know you put yourself in those positions.
Hello.
In the party with me I had a group of friends, everyone that was in the race. We have Alex Wirtz, Fabuki, Dr. Rob, Lookman, Dan the Man, Athenium. So it's a general community race, but it's good fun, and I thought I'd bring it to you just because for you to watch the fight back. So immediately I knew that I was going to have to cut through the pack as quick as I could, because any more time that I lost, I'd you know, it's going to cost me towards the end of the race. But I also bear in mind that I had to save fuel, because this season in Lookman's league he has made it more of a fuel burn race rather than a tyre wear race. So your tyres will go for quite a while, which they was on ×2 for this race, which is not a lot for soft tyres. Even they will last 10-12 laps easily. But the fuel was on ×5, so immediately I knew, even though I was wanting to cut through people, I wanted to save fuel as well, so if it comes to the pits I could jump people. So yeah, I'll leave you with the first stint.
Squeaks, you free stopping.
Coming on board, I've already made up a few positions which I'm quite pleased with. It's all fairly clean moves, I was pretty happy with everything, and I was just concentrating on still hitting my marks and trying to close up to people as fast as possible. I'm probably going to mention this a couple of times, but Autopolis is really hard to follow close with. You get so much dirty air around these long, fast sweeping corners. It creates a lot of understeer, and I was running quite a high downforce setups, which made that problem just that bit worse. So Herbie run a little wide there, a little deep, which so I got to run up the inside, and then unfortunately for him, he missed his braking point completely, ended up going off, which is a bit of a shame for him. But now I've come across a little bit of space, I just wanted to get my head down and see how far up I could get onto the back of the next pack. So I think there's 4 or 5 cars there, and I didn't realise at the time the car at the front of this queue was actually 1 stopping, when everyone else, including myself, were planning to do a 2 stop. So I was planning to do 9 and then end of lap 18, and then go to the end.
Watch out, TNT's looking rather angry.
Yeah, he is.
See a little bit of clear air straight into 45, which I was, you know, got overtaken a couple of people. I was like, right, that'll do. I'd lost a few seconds to Rob, who was going to be the main rival. Rob and Jenick had incredible pace as well. They was able to maintain 43s, which I was able to, but it's very difficult to do when you're following other cars. And having all the banter going on in the party at the same time makes it that much more difficult to keep you focused. But you know, it's good fun. It's good fun to be racing with your friends, and enjoying it with them and being able to race them really close, rather than in some FIA races you're racing people close and you have no idea who the person is. At least a couple of the guys towards the end of the race I met personally, and we shook hands, you know, and met, and we went Brands Hatch together. So it's nice to then you're racing online together and racing really close and really fair, and you go to watch this racing at a racetrack and then you're able to get your little piece of that, what you're able to do, because I can't afford to go racing. I wish I could.
Oh, bye everyone. See you later.
As I was saying about the parties, they're pretty hilarious, you know. I'm going to put my foot down, to hell with burning fuel, and then he's straight off, so instantly he's going to become a meme for that. Hellgas and his hammer time. So yeah, I got a really good run out on Alex on that time, and he didn't fight it, bless him. He just feathered off the throttle, slotted in behind me. He hadn't practiced much, admitted it in the party. He was using a sat-nav to get around the track because he had no idea. So coming up behind TNT, who started at the back, if you may remember, we was talking about it at the start. So he's done really well to get up to 8th after 4 laps. You know, he's doing really well. So I thought if I could get up behind him, maybe he could overtake the next couple of people, and I could save a little bit of fuel behind him as well.
It's not every week, but the next race they do.
So at this point, I didn't know what strategy he was running, and I presume he didn't know what I was running, but as I got closer towards him, and especially down the straights, I could actually hear his car. Could hear the Jaguar rumbling and him revving it all the way, and which is obviously going to use more fuel. As you'll see from me, I'm short shifting a lot, even when I'm right up behind him. So I looked for a move here. I thought better of it. It's a silly fast corner, you can't overtake there. But I just wanted to keep the pressure on, keep pushing and pushing and pushing, so he knew I was there the whole time. Without touching him, without getting too close, just making him fully aware that I'm in his mirrors, I'm all over the place. If he looks back, I'm there.
Beep, beep.
But the Jag is an absolute bomb down the straight, so any time I can spend behind him behind the straights, I will just short shift, save that fuel, get sucked along by that humongous Jag in front of me. You know, just play the long game. I knew I had a bit of pace over the people I was racing at the minute, so rather than push and risk making mistakes or having contact with people, just took my time, save some fuel, pick my moments.
What are you doing?
Swerving all over the road.
And then hits me.
I have to say, I enjoyed this move quite a lot.
M3 guy.
Nice and clean, kept a nice tight line.
Me.
He wanted to put his car where I'd already put mine. So unfortunate there's a little bit of contact, because it's, I guess he's a bit unsighted for the braking point. Just a little nibble at the back. I was a bit annoyed at the time because I'd already been hit once, but you know, it was minimal contact, didn't affect positions, so I was on my merry way. But unfortunately it put a little bit of a gap up to TNT, which I was really aware I wanted to close down quickly, because as you can see, he's coming up behind a similar liveried car to mine. That's my teammate, Mr. Lukman Ali, my brother from another mother.
You didn't kill him or anything.
Wait, Hansa.
Who does organise this tuning league, which I don't normally do, but I'll drop a link for his Discord in the description. So feel free to jump in there. The normal characters are in there, but it's just it's Lukman's own version of his league that he organises, and I've got to say it's one of the better ones. I really enjoy it. We've done a mad combo of the Streets of Willow in Group 3 cars, which was just bonkers. But it was good fun at the same time. It's a track I've never learnt, but I learnt a lot of throttle control around there, so I can only thank him for that. Before it I was dreading it, after it I'd learnt a lot, so yes, really good league, can't recommend it enough. But yeah, TNT straight, up the inside, and at this point I knew he was using a lot of fuel. I could tell that by the way the car was moving and how the car was driving and how he was driving. He was pushing fuel and tyres. He wanted to get going. But at the moment, 6 laps in, I've managed to make up 8 positions from where I was. So I can't complain at that. I've saved quite a bit of fuel. I've still got half a tank left, and I'm coming in at the end of lap 9. So I've done really well up until this point. And that's how good a teammate he is. He just lets me have the position, doesn't want to fight me. He knows we're on different strategies. He doesn't want to interfere with mine. He doesn't want to get slowed down by me. And I was free then to chase TNT. And again, I just wanted to do the same as before. I just wanted to pressure him. See if you can push people from mistake. You don't have to always overtake people. If you can push and push people and may push them into doing something they're not comfortable doing within the car. Putting the gas on too early, braking too late, then they'd feel comfortable with. Making them turn harder than they wanted to be turning. So I just tried to keep it smooth, just kept my short shifting. Just kept trying to keep the pressure on.
I think Hansen might have us both at this
But I
point.
had the thought in my mind that as soon as
but he'll not
I
hit
got
us
past,
and wait
I was
for
going to
one of us
push.
again.
You never know, we might just park when we're fan 3 guy again.
Oh, well, Dawson's dropped it anyway, so you're getting 10th anyway.
It's a nice simple move down the inside of turn 1. He gave me a lot of room, which I can only thank him for.
Where do you come from, Fox?
And I'm on my way.
I've been following
Now I
him
wanted
around.
to put my head down. I wanted to hit my marks,
We're joined that.
hit all my turning in points, my braking points, and not push
Nah.
because my tyres were starting to wear a little bit,
I
but
fancy trying to keep
put some
pace with
strong
it.
laps in. As you can see, that was my fastest
So
lap of the
half
race so
AMD.
far, and I still did 2 overtakes, and I was in the slipstream of 1. Yeah, I was really happy with the next couple of laps before I came in. It's quite a big gap to 3rd and 4th, but I knew they was close together, so I just wanted to get my head down and see what would happen. So I'm going to leave you with the rest of this lap and the next lap, the next lap and the lap after, which would then be my in laps at lap 9. You can just monitor the gap for the guys behind and the guys in front. I thought I was doing quite well with this, considering it's getting towards the end of stint pace.
Yes.
I will be back.
Oh no. Ah, sorry, it's Herbie. It's not Easy Geezer. Or M3 guy. Whoop whoop. Oh no. Who's that? Easy Geezer. No.
Oh, I nearly dropped it then.
Oh no.
Hello, Rooty.
Rooty.
Getting done out of the blinder so far.
TNT's in.
Oh, he's gone another lap early, hasn't he?
Yeah, look on the fuel.
Yeah, I might need
I
to go
told
and
you he was
refuel as
burning
well.
it.
Ah, so he was pushing it hard, eh? Cheers, Roots.
Hello, Rudy.
Too deep.
Lovely green grass around this track, isn't there?
Yeah, it's
I
quite
think you
nice.
found something.
Very fertile land.
So you're just joining me on the in lap 9. As you can see, the guys in front of me are coming between about 8 and 13, but the two guys I was mainly battling had 7 and 8, and as you can see, I come in with a good 10% more fuel. So that strategy of trying to get through the traffic as well as saving fuel at the same time really will pay dividends. I think I was between 12 to 13 seconds behind Athenian before, and I was pretty happy. I went from 15th to 5th in one stint, all clean moves, nothing untoward, you know, just trying to represent ERT as best I can, and trying to represent myself as best I can, first and foremost. As you can see, I've taken a good 3, 4, 5 seconds out of the guys in front, just by having that little bit more fuel. So yeah, now I'm just gonna leave you with it. I'm gonna come bring it back for lap 18 for my second stop, and then we'll go into the last stint more. Basically nothing happens in this stint. I really am just on my own, just trying to push, trying to close down the gap ahead. Obviously try and look after the car, I don't want to push too hard to make a mistake. So I'm in top 5, top 6 now, so it's already a good result from where turn 1 was when I was in the beach. So I'm happy where I'm going, and I just want to progress, so I'm just going to skip it forward and I'll join you for the last stint. So yeah, as you can see, I've made up quite a bit of ground to the guys in front. It's now down from, I think it was about 12-13 seconds before the first stop, down to about 7 or 8, and then I've just chipped away. It's very decent, consistent laps, and I brought that gap down to about 2.5 seconds. So I've filled up just enough fuel that I need, because I know if I catch these guys I can save fuel and push when I need to. I'm not going to bore you with talking all the way through it. I am just going to let you enjoy me coming through. I'm going to add the replay camera into the top right hand corner so you can see the perspectives on both sides, and I will catch you at the end.
No, I said I'm in 11.
Doesn't go.
Cheers, Hebs.
Oh my word, I'm 4/10 purple at the halfway line. I can sense a prime time, boys.
Well done.
42 each. Jesus Christ.
That's with 3/4 of a tank. Well, obviously, it's disappeared.
Cheers, Dawson.
How far are you behind TNT Foots?
2.5 seconds at the minute.
Are you closing him?
Yes.
Good.
And I see he's closing you as well.
Slightly. It's going up and down.
Oh well, I'm not closing him this guy. Bye, TNT.
Oh my god.
It's,
He had
it's
to,
one
man, he
for
went-
Hellgas.
That's a
It's
very late
strategy.
stop.
Strategy.
What's up?
I was saying TNT's taken your strategy.
Oh
Is that a
god.
4-stop?
No, it's 3.
3, I think.
8, 16, and 22.
I think Dawson done a 4-stop as well in the other Jag.
Thing is, in the FIA manufacturers.
Sorry
weren't the
guys,
Jags second?
me, Athens and Dan are fighting for third. Can we just have a bit of quiet?
Okay,
Yep.
sorry.
Alright.
Like, it's half a second between us.
Nice. Good luck, boys.
So yeah, as you saw, I managed to get up to third. 2 brilliant overtakes. Really proud of them. Probably 2 of the better ones I've actually done since I've been on the wheel, especially on such a tricky track to overtake on, such as Autopolis. I just kept my head down, just kept hoping for the best, see what I could do. From here on out, I did manage to put a little gap to Athens on the last lap. As you can see, I saved enough fuel that I could push, and yeah, that was it. I'm really happy with the result. I was a bit disappointed that what could have been, because I felt I had the pace to match especially ERD Doctor. As we all know, he's a man in his prime. He's a hard man to beat, but nonetheless I'm happy to salvage a third, and it keeps the championship alive from my perspective. Really appreciate you watching it. If you watched it all the way through, I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please do like, subscribe, and smash the bell icon.
Not 2 days long, please. I'm catching you so quick.
Collect some more money. No, so you can continue to grow what we're trying to build here. You know, we're just friends trying to make an esports team. We like streaming. There's a good community. We like to show them what we're up to, and the more that can grow, the better. Like I said, there's a link in the description for the BTCC Discord. There's a link in the description for our Discord to keep up to date with what we're up to when we're uploading, general banter, us taking the piss out of Thunderstorm, the odd Belly Smash meme, stuff like that. Good fun in there. And there's also a link in the Godfather of it all areas, a link for his server in there as well, where we all met and where we like to hang out and have a laugh in there as well.
Finished.
So yeah, if you want to chat to us, best place is Discord.
I was letting you through, man.
Any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Any criticism, comments, anything, yeah, feel free to chuck it in there.
Mate,
more than happy to answer them.
Fuel left anyway.
Pretty new to the editing game. I'm really hope I'm improving, and you can see that I'm improving.
Oh, what a race that was.
Yeah, man. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated. And hopefully I'll see you soon.
I was 10 seconds behind on that one. Oh, mate, I'm sweating, my heart's thumping.
Turn 1 the bastard.
Mate, the move on Dan was the one.
Yeah.
I bet when you said there's 3 of us within half a second, it's sort of like zip.